Alright guys, I normally wouldn't make a video like this, and I'm not here to bash Sika. Sika Flex 291 sucks. Let me show you what I did. I spent 6 hours last weekend reefing out a seam I had on my boat. She's a Sea Witch Angleman, she's wood. And when I did this, I tooled it out just like I did any other application for teak deck seam. And after I was done, I took a nap, and 2 hours later this was totally flat, and 2 hours later this is the results of what I had. It's horrible. I've never seen anything like this in my life. When I wrote SikaFlex, they're telling me that there's nothing wrong with their product, that the product off-gases. Well, if it off-gases, and this is the result, is this really a good caulking material to use on a seam? I mean, come on guys. This is horrible. It's one ginormous bubble from one end of the boat to the other. I've been doing deck seams for 24 years. Granted, this is the first time I've ever used SikaFlex, but I was working on a horizontal joint, and I wasn't sure that the teak deck system 441, or let's see, I think it's 440, 441, whatever they call it, was going to work. So I was talked into using this product with the primer. They told me how to do this. I put the primer on here, I let it dry for 1 hour. I was told that you have to put the caulking in here no later than 24 hours, or it's not going to stick to the primer, which led me to some thought now that I've seen the result, which means that the primer doesn't actually cure up until 24 hours. So yeah, it's going to off-gas. Clearly 291 is the wrong product to use, since it skins up in 2 hours time, and basically it turned hard all the way through to the bottom of the joint, as you can see here, in 2 hours time. That wasn't overnight, that wasn't 2 days later. I'm gonna give credit to Sika where they deserve it, that the product did stick to the primer, because reefing it out has been a pain in the ass. But nevertheless, this is not how caulking should look after you finish it. Now, I did a joint on a horizontal plane because I'm thinking maybe there's something weird about doing horizontal planes and not doing decks, but this is the result of teak deck systems. And look at the difference in this joint. It's perfect. There's no air bubbles, there's no nothing. They don't even require using a primer. So it's pretty clear to me that one product is far superior to the other, at least in this application. Having sent an email to Sika and explaining to them the situation, I was honest with the results that I had. There was leftover on a paper towel, and when I cut it in half, there was absolutely no bubbles in it. So it led me to believe that there wasn't a problem with the 291 itself, but that it was a combination of the 291 and the primer, and the fact that the 291 skinned up faster than it could off-gas the resin products that are in the primer, and whatever reaction is happening to the two products together. And yet I get a note from SikaFlex telling me that it's normal for this material to off-gas, and that's just the way it is. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. $70 worth of primer, 2 tubes of 291 at $30. I'm at $140, and you're telling me that's the results? Come on guys, step up to the plate and do the right thing, and caught me for the product problems. You probably should have sold me on the 291 LOT which has a long time to cure if there's an off-gassing problem. 291 by itself, I don't think should be used on seams if off-gassing is going to occur, because there's no way humanly possible to stop that reaction, short of not using the primer. I mean, I don't think the 291 by itself would have off-gas. I think it's the combination of the primer. So step up to the plate and do the right thing. And this is just a warning to the rest of you. I do not recommend this product for seams. There's other products out there that are tried and proven. I've been using deck teak systems for 22 years and have probably less than a 5% rate in that time period of seams failing. So clearly the product is far superior. So that's all I'm going to leave you with. I'm just going to show you that this is the result. Would you guys trust your deck seams to that? I don't think so. Thank you.